city. With global sea levels predicted to rise significantly over the next century due to the climate change, a lot of people living in low-lying areas are expected to be displaced from their homes. The reason why I say so is because the Belgian architect Vincent Cailyn has come up with possible relocation destination for not only the ultimate and long-term tenable solution to the water rising level, but also for the potential flood victims and ecological refugees. The biomimicry of this floating city was clearly inspired by the Lilypad, which designed to look like a water lily intended to be a zero-emission city afloat in the oceans. The architect Vincent Cailyn says that the design of this floating city is directly based upon the leaf of Lilypad, which found in Amazon Victoria Regia. The size of floating city is increased up to 250 times compared to the natural size of the pad. The Lilypad is native to the basin of Amazon River. It has huge green and round leaf floats on the surface of water. The leaf of this great Lilypad measure up to 3 meters in diameter with stalk of 6 to 8 meters long. The leaf is highly ribbed on the underside with massive leaf veins, and despite looking delicate, is able to support quite a height of weight, which is up to 30 kg due to its structure. The floating city is designed as a self-sustainable city, 500,000 meters square in size and able to accommodate 50,000 inhabitants. The architect presents it as a really dramatic display of the most impressive green inventions. New biotechnology prototype of ecologic resilience dedicated to nomadisms and the urban ecology at the sea. The Lilypad, a true amphibian, half aquatic and half terrestrial city, travels on the ocean streams around the world from the equator to the pole as an independent and fully self-sustainable home. The architect has not estimated the cost for his design, but he states that the goal of his creation is to arrange coexistence between human and nature in harmony.
Hi, my name is Huoy Miin. I would like to talk about the material use of Lilypad City. The lead research partner of this floating project is Vermeer, a Dutch company that over the past 12 years has become the market leaders in floating building market. Although it might seem to be difficult, he said, building a floating building is relatively easy on the construction process. As you might expect, the secret lies in the foundations is made up with some multiple layers of light plastic foams to support the concrete, allowing it to float. However, the technology has used until now and has a limitation as the maximum size and weight of the structure, and when it slows the buoyancy, it will be sink. To solve these problems, Vermeer teamed up with Spanish company Acciona Infrastructures and Spanish engineering consultancy Solentels to solve this problem with a new way of make the structure be more lighter, more solid, and use lighter materials. The new building method they developed use is expanded polystyrene, which one say that there is the same kind of material that we use for packaging and people mostly use and familiar with. There is some little whiteboard bond together and glued together. The modified polystyrene is inserted in multiple layers between structures of concrete and composites and divided into beams light to form beams like modules that can be easily assembled to bigger structures that can support building, a bit like building block. The modules are arranged in a floating grid into concrete is caused. The double layer is made up of polyester fibers and covered by titanium dioxide. It's an anodized reacting with ultraviolet and absorb the atmospheric pollution by photocatalytic effects. Although the new technology is more advanced than the traditional method, it is still much cheaper because of the reduction in the amount of materials used. Smaller blocks now can build big structures. Therefore, there will be also a reduce of the cost of materials.
Hi, I'm Kailyn. Today I'm going to present about the design principles and architect background of the Lilypad floating city in Dubai. A lot of people living in low-lying areas are expected to be displaced from their homes. Architect Vincent Calbert has come up with a possible relocation destination for these climate change refugees in the form of Lilypad concept. Lilypad concept is a completely self-sufficient floating city that would accommodate up to 50,000 inhabitants. The Lilypad floating city is settlement that strictly use buoyancy to stay abroad and to remain in the atmosphere of a planet. The Lilypad is designed to meet their needs, including food, fresh drinking water, and even an extensive array of entertainment facilities. It is also designed to follow natural migratory flows of ocean. It is designed with a shape inspired by a highly ribbed leaf of Victoria water lilies. The double skin of floating Ecopolis would be made of It is designed with a shape inspired by the highly ribbed leaf of Victoria water lilies. The double skin of floating Ecopolis would be made of polyester fibers covered by a layer of titanium dioxide, which would react with ultraviolet rays and absorb atmospheric pollution as the air purifying concrete and paving stones as we looked at last year. The three marinas and the three mountains would surround at a centrally located artificial lagoons that is totally immersed under the waterline for the blast of the city. The three mountains and the three marinas would be dedicated to work, shopping, and entertainment, respectively, while the suspended garden and aquaculture farms located below the waterline would be used to grow food and biomass. Okay. The floating city would also include the full complement of renewable energy technologies, including wind, solar, thermal, tidal, and biomass to produce more energy than it consumes. The Lilypad is located close to the land and set free to follow the ocean currents wherever they may lead. Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to talk about the architect's background, Vincent Calabus. Vincent Calabus is a Belgian architect known for his eco-friendly project. He was born in 1977. In year 2000, he was 23 years old. He was graduated with a Great Architecture Prize, Renis Seroux, awarding the Best Diploma Project in Brussels, Belgium. He has won many awards. Some of the reasons won include: in 2014, he is awarded for the project Hauzu Garden with the International Architecture Award 2014 in New York. In Singapore, for the same project in Taiwan, he is the winner of the highly commended Award 2014 during the World Architecture Festival in the Future Residential Buildings category.
Hi everyone, my name is Wei Yin and I present the green feature of Lilypad City. Generally, the green feature that can be innovated in a city or building are alternative fuel vehicle, community garden, eco-design or planning features, farmers market, green building or green roof, groundwater rechargeable area, local or organic food resources, native landscape, reuse, recycle and resell significant in habitat and renewable energy. Lilypad City is an amphibian, half aquatic and half terrestrial city. It enabled to accommodate 50,000 inhabitants and inviting biodiversity to develop the flora and fauna around artificial lagoons. This artificial lagoon is totally immersed below the waterline, which acts as an bolus of the city. The function of this artificial lagoon is to collecting salt water and purifying rainwater. It enables us to live in the heart of the sub-aquatic depth. The multifunctional programming of this is based on 3 aquatic and 3 mountains dedicated respectively to works, shop and entertainment. The whole site is covered by a strengthened plants housing in a suspended garden and cross a network of street and alleyway with a organic. The goal is to create a harmony coexistence of the couple of human or nature and to explore a new modern living space in the sea by building with a fluidity, collective in proximity and overwhelming space of social inclusion suitable to all inhabitants. Besides, energy that used in this Lilypad floating city are solar energy, thermal energy, hydrovoltaic energy, hydraulic energy, and biomass, wind, osmotic energy, tidal station, and photo purification energy. All this energy produce more energy than consumed, and all this energy are renewable sources, and it would not bring pollution and make damage to the environment. This has achieved the goal of zero emissions of carbon.
In future, could we live on the water if needed? Architect Vincent Calabou has envisioned an innovative solution. His futuristic concept, titled Lilypad, would essentially allow a city to reside on water. The metropolis would float and house as many as 50,000 people. The design bears a resemblance to a spaceship, however it is referred to as an Ecopolis. The construction materials would include polyester fibers and titanium dioxide, which would soak up the atmosphere's pollution. An artificial lagoon is submerged, creating ballast for the floating city. The designer notes, the multifunctional programming is based on 3 marinas and 3 mountains dedicated respectively to the work, the shops, and the entertainments. There will also be what is called planted housing crossed by alleys and trees outlined organically. The underside of the floating city will reportedly serve as a home to oceanic plants. How do you like the Lilypad concept?